All right, so lesson 12, homework. We're going to look at, I believe we have 2 or 3 different types of questions. So lesson 12, module 2, we're going to estimate then solve using the standard algorithm. You may draw an area model if it helps you. Now we're trying to get away from the area model, but if you need to use the area model, you can to check your work. But remember, we're also estimating to get a reasonable answer. So we estimated here, we got 30. We did the standard algorithm as it shows right here. This is standard algorithm. All right, this is what we are shooting for everyone to know how to do. And we see that 30 is reasonably close to 43 and 68 hundredths. Now down here at the area model is called the area model because it finds the area of this square, but we decide what the length and width is. So we have 3 and 12 tenths, but we made that 312 hundredths as the unit shows. So this is really 300, this is really 10, this is really 2, and then we have 14 on this side right here. And 14 can be broken into 10 and 4. And in the area model just states 4 times 300, which is 1200, 4 times 10, which is 40, 4 times 2, which is 8, 10 times 300, which is 3,000, 10 times 10, which is 100, and 10 times 2, which is 20. These all get added up together to find these partial products, just like we would have. Let me erase some of this so you can see where these correspond to. So these correspond to, this partial product corresponds to this partial product of 4 times 312. See, so we have 4 times 312. And then our next partial product of 3,120 corresponds to here, which is the 10 times 312. So we can easily see that. Now let's go ahead and go to the next page. And on our next page, it says that we're going to estimate then solve using standard algorithm. So more estimating, more solving with standard algorithm. That's what we're going to do for all of number 2. Again, estimating, it's important that we know that we can understand how to round. So, 5 or more, we're going to raise that up. And 4 or less, we're going to let it rest, or we're going to let it stay the same. Some students have trouble with dropping like 6 and 4 hundredths if they're rounding to the nearest whole number. Sometimes they think it's so low they want to drop it to 5, which is not what we do. It's either going to stay 6 or become 7, and that's something that we're really working on lately, making sure, just fine-tuning those rounding skills. And then the last question is, we have question number 3, and on will all be word problems. All right, so let's go to the next page. Go ahead and start working out some of these problems. So question number 1 in lesson 12. Question number 1 says, estimate then solve using the standard algorithm. You may draw an area model if it helps you. So again, we're going to estimate. So we're going to estimate 24 to its greatest place value. So 24, the 10 is in the greatest place value. The 2 is in the 10's place, which is the highest place value. So this will go to 20, and then 2 and 31 hundredths, again, going to the 2, which is in the 1's place. That's the biggest place value, so 2. So we get 20 times 2, which is 40. So let's go ahead and erase that so I have some more room. I always like to tell the kids, give yourself as much room as possible. You don't have to jam it up in the corner like this. Get a spare piece of paper. Write it bigger if you need to. I like to write big when I do my multiplication. All right, and then we know this is hundredths. Make sure we put that unit there so we don't forget it in the end. 231 times 24. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 2 drop. Carry the 1. 4 times 2, 8. Plus 1 is 9. And now we're going to do 2 times 1. Remember the place value right here, place value holder. Now we have that there because we are actually multiplying by 20, not just by 2, but to make it easy, instead of saying 20 times 1, we're going to put a placeholder here. And it's 1 0 because 1 0 corresponds to 10. There's 1 0 in 10. All right. So we're going to multiply these out. So we have 2 times 1, which is 2, 2 times 3, which is 6, and 2 times 2, which is 4. So we add those all together. 15, 1, 5. I got 54. I got 5,544 hundredths. Or, let me clear some room. Or 55 and 44 hundredths. So 55 and 44 hundredths is the answer. Now for part B, I'm not going to show my work, but I am going to give you the answer. So hopefully some of you will be able to do it on your own, and then you can check with the answer. All right, so what you also want to do is make sure you estimate. What you also want to make sure is that you are estimating a reasonable answer before you check what the actual answer is. And our actual answer is going to be 1,653 and 1/10. Now, you might have had it look like 1,65310, but remember, once we put that decimal in, this would be hundredths. When we put this in decimal or standard form, we don't have to keep that 0. Oh, what? Put the decimal in the wrong spot. We do not have to keep that 0. We can put decimal 1. And that 0 is really just a placeholder at this point if you put it in this. So it does not need to be there. All right, number 2 says estimate, then solve using the standard algorithm. Again, just estimating and solving. Use a separate sheet to draw the area model if it helps you. Remember, if it helps you, you can do the area model. So we have a total of 8 problems on this page. Let's just try to do A, C, E, and G. They all are in different degrees of difficulty. All right. So let's see. 1/23 hundredths times 21. Now, I'm not going to estimate because I hope we can just easily know what we estimate to. This would be about 20. So 1 times 3, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 1 is 1. Place value holder. 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 2 4, and 2 times 1 is 2. We add those all up. 3 plus 0, 3, 2 plus 6, 8, 1 plus 4, 5, and 2 plus nothing is 2. But remember, this is in hundredths. So we get 2,583 hundredths, or 25 and 83 hundredths. All right, so we had 25 and 83 hundredths. I'm going to rewrite that because this is all in my way to do C. All right, and now C says 32 hundredths times 41. It's a little easier. 1 times 2, 2. 1 times 3, 3. Put that placeholder in. 4 times 2, 8. And 4 times 3 is 12. Add those together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 3 plus 8 is 11. 1 plus... Jeffrey, please call me. So, sorry about that. 3 plus 8, 11. 1 plus 2 is 3. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. So this is 1,312 hundredths. Or 13 and 12 hundredths. Again, if you need to, pause right now so you can look at this. I'm about to clear it out so I can go on to the next problem. All right, so this next problem gives us a triple digit by a double digit again. All right, so triple digit, so 609 hundredths. So I'm running out of space over here, so I might have to start doing them on the side. Times 28. 8 times 9 is 72. 7. 8 times 0 is 0 plus the 7 is 7. 8 times 6 is 48. Got rid of that 7 to make sure we don't use it in the next step. Placeholder. 2 times 9, 18. Carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0 plus the 1 is 1. 2 times 6 is 12. And let me go ahead and rewrite this over here. 2 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 8 is 15. Carry the 1. 1 plus 8 plus 1 is 10. Carry the 1. 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. So this would be, again, in hundreds. All right. Or 170 and 52 hundredths. All right. So again, let me erase this so I give myself some more room. Oh, whoop, erased the wrong one. Put that one back. I believe that was 13 and 12 tenths. All right. I didn't even pay attention to what that answer was, so let me get that real quick. All right, that was 170 and 52 hundredths. Let me do G real quick, and then I'm going to put the answers for B, D, F, and H if you want to try those. Let me do G real quick. So 609 times 208. So this is a triple digit by a triple digit, which you'll be able to do again with H. So 8 times 9, again, that's 72. 8 times 0 is 0, plus a 7 is 7. 8 times 6 is 48. 0. Now, 0 times any number is just 0, so 0 times 9 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 6 is 0. So now we had one placeholder here. So one placeholder here. But now we're going to need two placeholders because we are in the hundreds place. So we're multiplying by 200. But to make that easier on us, we just put 2 zeros there for placeholders. 2 times 9 is 18. Carry the 1. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 1 is 1, and then 2 times 6 is 12. 2 plus 0 plus 0 is 2. 7 plus 0 plus 0 is 7. 8 plus 0 plus 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 4 plus 0 plus 1 is 6. 2 plus nothing is 2, and 1 plus nothing is 1. Now this is 126,672. So this is 126,672 hundredths, or 1,266 and 72 hundredths. So let me put that in real quick over here. Pause it again if you need to. All right, now I'm going to pop up the answers to the rest of the questions. Just give me 1 second. All right, and these are the answers to the remaining questions. One problem I am noticing is that we're struggling with comma placement. Now, comma placement is if we have, say, 5 numbers. All right, so this is the ones place. The comma always comes after the third number. So 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. Now that's something we need to work on. So when we're writing our numbers, we get those commas in the right place. So starting from the ones place, we go 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. So we really need to work on that. All right, now let's go to the next page, last final page. Now, these are all word problems, so they're going to be a little harder. We struggle with word problems, but we do need to work on them. So, again, it is very important that we know what the question is asking of us. So when you're looking at a word problem, there sometimes can be a lot of fluff in there, depending on the word problem. Also, you might not know what operation to use. So we need to look for the key words. So Eric's goal is to walk 2.75 miles to and from the park every day for an entire year. If he meets his goal, how many miles will Eric walk? All right, so the key thing that would probably stump us is that it says to and from the park. So 2.7 miles, 2.75 hundredths of a mile to park, but also 2.75 hundredths of a mile home. So it's back and forth. He walks 2 and 75 miles. So the first thing we can do is we can either do 2 and 75 times 2, or 2 and 75 hundredths times 2. So 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7, 14. 2 times 2 is going to be 4 plus the 1, 5. So I have 5 and 5/10 to and from the park every single day. And then we'll have to multiply this by 365, because that is how many days are in a year, which there are 12 months in a year as well. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That might be on the quiz and in the module for one of your problems. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 6 is 30 plus the 2, 32. 5 times 3, 15 plus the 3 is 18. And then we should just get the same numbers, because 5 times 365 will be the same thing for whether it's 5 in the ones place or 5 in the tens place. That's why we put this place value holder here. Save some of the work for us. So I got 20,750. Oh, wait, we multiplied by tenths, so tenths. So if we put this in tenths, we should have 2,007 5/10 as our answer. That is how much he walked to and from the park. Now we need to restate that in a sentence. This is the drawing model, or this is the draw part of RDW. So remember, we read, draw, and write. So if he met his goal, how many miles will Eric have walked? Let's erase that so you can see it. If Eric met his goal, he would have walked 2,007 5/10. Well, we don't have to put the tenths there because we know it's tenths. 2,007 5/10 miles in a year. All right. Pause that if you need to. And then again, I'm just going to put the answers up for 4 and 5. Try them if you would like. If you have extra time, go ahead and try those. But I'm going to put those answers up real quick. 4 and 5 will end up being 3,174 and 75 cents. And also 5 would be $13.60. Make sure you put those in statements and not just the answer. Remember, the statements are important when we're doing writing problems. Word problems, we have to make sure we can explain how we got to our answer, and then explain the answer, write the answer, elaborate on the answer. It's very important that we can do that. All right, well, that is all for our problems homework today. So have a nice day. There's that nice smiley face for you. All right, have a nice day. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Thank you.